I'll tell you what.
I'm sorry if I just fucked it up.
You didn't. You did for a second, but you fucked it up so bad that it fixed itself.
Oh, sweet.
You know what I mean?
I've been told.
Angela, we sound okay?
I've been told that I do that pretty well.
I recorded that.
That probably sounded so mean.
We all kept stressing. Let's have a little conversation before, you know.
This is my conversating. Nope, that's not the word.
What did you say?
It's conversating.
At least you're conversing.
Conversing.
Convertible.
It's conversing, but I said conversating.
Convert my vertible.
Push it. Push it real. Man.
Well, you guys start whenever you want.
Oh my god, you're recording?
Well, yeah, that's what I literally just said. This is the conversation part, and you go, I'm conversing, I'm convertible, I'm converging.
Well, hey.
And what's up, everybody? You are listening to Miss the Bus, and this is episode 8 of The Weekly Show. That's right, everybody. The Weekly Show is the new title for our main show that we do each week, where we talk about all the important pop culture need to know news that is dropped. We're not your premium source of movie, television, and video game news, but god damn it, we're going to try to be anyway. But over the next few weeks, did y'all think that was funny? I wanted some laughs from you guys. Didn't get anything. Over the next few weeks, we're going to be organizing and changing up the show a little bit to keep things fresh and better for all you wonderful listeners out there, so be sure to stay tuned. I'm Tyler McCaffrey, and on today's episode, we'll be talking about a whole bunch of cool stories, including Jamie Foxx in the Spawn movie, because what else matters besides that, Arrested Development Season 5, and some E3 pre-announcements for a whole bunch of video games.
Ooh.
All exciting stuff, but before we get into that, we have to introduce the rest of the crew.
I'm Matt.
That's Matt. Oh.
Okay.
There you go.
Hey, I'm Bailey, but you can call me Bailey.
That's Bailey.
Hey.
I'm Omar, but you can call me Omar.
Boy.
Hell
Yeah. Okay.
All right.
I feel like the listeners can sense the change of format,
I think they can.
but it's good.
Do you guys like it so far?
Well,
Well, guess
They can speak back.
Well,
to
guess
us.
what? If you like,
answers.
If you like what we do each week at Miss the Bus, you can always listen each week on iTunes at Miss the Bus. You can follow us on Twitter at Miss the Bus Pod, like us on Facebook at Miss the Bus, and subscribe on YouTube at Miss the Bus Podcast.
Damn.
yeah. Because for a second I was like, wait, what are we on YouTube? Or Miss the Bus Podcast?
We are.
I thought it was Miss the Bus Pod for some reason.
I looked on an old
I
doc
did
that we
too.
made, and it said Miss the Bus Podcast. So I think I've been saying it
Solid.
wrong. Regardless,
Okay, that
I
must
think
be
if you
it.
search,
You
Miss
just
the-
search Miss the Bus. I
it'll
think you
pop
find
up.
It. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's why I haven't really, I guess, stressed it.
There we go.
But yeah.
Okay, so moving on, because I feel like we have a lot of news to cover.
yeah,
which it's mostly video game stuff because, you know, E3,
Hell yeah.
it's going to be popping
Will we do
soon.
something special for it? Maybe. We'll see.
I thought we definitely were
Yeah,
doing
we
something
should.
special
It's funny
for
because
it.
we said we were, but I think now we don't know if we are.
We could at least do like a half of a special thing.
What?
A half of a special.
No.
I would like
I
to
like
do
that.
something.
No, it's just like not a full special thing because we're not going to be able to probably do what we were planning on doing, which is what we were
Well,
going to record every night.
It's what? It's
every
3
big
nights?
night.
It's 3 big nights, right? It's
What,
like Monday,
it
Tuesday,
starts-
Wednesday.
Which I'm fine with, but all of a sudden y'all aren't, I'm assuming?
Oh no, I'm still fine. I still think
I'm
it's
fine
great.
with it. Yeah.
It would probably have to be a lot to cram in, but we could always, if worse comes to worse, we could always just do one specific episode where it's just E3 stuff.
Yeah, we'll figure
like
it
just
out.
everything.
yeah.
So
So either way, we have that news, we have like the movie news, so I feel like we should move on to the big spray. Because I'm talking about when he sprays like the silly string
Oh,
foam
no, we
everywhere.
got it.
yeah, Matt, get to that.
Okay,
Get to
so
that sexiness.
This news story has actually evolved a little bit, but Sesame Street is suing the creators of the Happy Time murders, although now I think they had to take it back because
It's also the guy directing that movie is like the son's, like the Jim
it
Henson's
is.
son.
I feel like that had something to do
Wait,
with it
the-
too.
who?
The guy that created Sesame Street's son is the one
Wait.
creating or has something to do with the Happy Time murders.
Oh, I didn't know
Really?
that.
Right? Isn't that
Wait, no, Sesame Street and the Muppets, isn't that two separate things?
I don't know.
Wait.
No. I feel like the fuck. Yeah, I don't know.
It would be,
Yeah,
it would be
who
the,
knows?
yeah, it's the,
No,
the-
it's no.
Oh, it
Sesame
is, it
Street
is.
has the Muppets in it.
Right,
Yeah.
but one of the creators of whichever came first, the Muppets, Sesame Street, I don't know.
I feel like
Sesame Street came first.
Yeah.
Okay, so Sesame Street, one of the creators, isn't that the guy that's doing the Happy Time murders? One of the creator's sons.
It's Jim Henson's son. Jim Henson is the creator of the Muppets.
Right.
His son is directing the Happy Time Murders.
Okay, there you go.
Yeah.
Either
Yeah,
way, there's a
sort of in line.
connection. There's some family feuding, apparently.
But anyway, this was as of Monday. Sesame Workshop, the nonprofit behind the beloved long-running children's TV show Sesame Street, has filed a lawsuit against the upcoming R-rated puppet comedy, The Happy Time Murders. And so basically, if you've seen the trailer for this, the tagline is like, what is it? No Sesame, all Street.
Oh
or something
yeah,
like
that is it.
So Sesame Street is basically coming out saying like, okay, you're like tarnishing our brand to advertise your fucking, R-rated controversial movie.
Very bizarre trailer.
I mean, if you've seen the trailer,
It looks so stupid, but
well, Omar saying it looks stupid, and then like 10
I
minutes
said the
ago,
end of it. The end of it is funny, but
10 minutes ago he was like, "Oh, I was."
It's a
cracking
very
up.
weird trailer. If you haven't watched it,
Yeah.
go watch it for sure.
The
But-
last like 5 seconds of it.
But Sesame Workshop was basically, this moved very quickly. Because normally when lawsuits happen, it sounds like, it kind of gets drawn out
Oh, yeah.
over a long
Yeah.
period of time. But yeah, I feel like this came out on like Monday, and by Wednesday it was all cleaned up. They were like, no, we're making this movie.
Well,
They're
the
free to make the
judge-
movie.
I guess it's like freedom of speech. So like technically the judge was probably like, this is a waste of time. So we need to just end this because they're going to make the movie. Like the movie's going to be released
Yeah, like what's going to happen?
regardless.
They're just going to be like,
Well, yeah,
you can't make the movie.
Right. Well, because essentially
It's already made.
Yeah.
It's already made and
It
it's
just
already
needs to
been
be released
advertised.
now, so
Right.
what's the-
What's the release date for it? Do you guys know?
Sometime later in the year.
I was about to say October, but I honestly have no clue.
Useless.
It's just because I don't. It's just because I don't really care that much about this movie.
Well, yeah, we're all chomping at the bit waiting for this.
Yeah, I don't really.
Well, I don't
This
care.
doesn't
What?
really.
The movie?
The Happy Time Murders?
Wow, you want to see when it was? I didn't realize Angela was that into this movie.
August 17th.
Oh, never mind. It's way
Thanks,
quick,
buddy.
way sooner than I thought.
A couple weeks after that Winnie the Pooh movie.
You always got us. So August 17th, and it's still coming. Anyway, we can move on from that though, because what
Yeah,
else is there
because
to
like
it?
you can only handle so much silly string, you know.
I thought this was kind of cool. Colin Trevorrow speaked out about his time working on Episode 9 of Star Wars. This is per IGN. Trevorrow, Jesus Christ,
Nice.
Trevorrow revealed he shared his Episode 9 script with George Lucas and Mark Hamill. And so basically, it kind of, I don't know. You can be happy about this. You can be sad, whatever.
Because
I'm-
didn't
I'm-
he say he really appreciates all the
Well,
time
he
got
kind of
this?
gets into this. He's like, at the end of the day, I got the opportunity to tell a story that is a celebration of everything I believe in. I got to tell it to George Lucas, and I got to tell it to Luke Skywalker. Those are experiences I will cherish for the rest of my life. I mean, that just kind of warmed my heart. I don't know.
It kind of makes me sad.
It kind of makes me too. Like, I'm
The
very
thing is,
excited
but I'm-
to see JJ get
Yeah.
to take this and finish it off, but at the same time, it's like, I don't know. Maybe was that done premature? I don't know.
I'm happy Colin Trevor isn't doing it just because I don't.
You don't trust him?
No, not at all. I think
I feel like he should still have a part in it, though.
it's one of those things. No, I don't disagree with that. The thing is, it's just I think with Star Wars movies, to make a good one, you really have to know what Star Wars is, and I think certain directors get that right. And I think J.J. Abrams is one of them. Even when you watch the documentary on the making of The Force Awakens, just the way he talks about it and the stuff that he talks about that he was going for, and that's the reason why I love the movie so much, because you see so many things that you can tell he's a big Star Wars fan, and I'm not saying Colin Trevorrow isn't, but just like certain people, you can tell that their style is just made
and their
for
vision
it.
is different too.
Yeah, and it's like I don't know. Colin Trevorrow's done Jurassic World, which is a fine movie, but I don't know.
And the thing is too, because people will argue that Rian Johnson didn't know what he was doing as far as like he made a good film, but he didn't make a good Star Wars movie. So you could say along the same lines, even though most of us in here love The Last Jedi.
The thing is, Rian Johnson had a goal, and I'm pretty sure he knew a lot of people wouldn't be happy with it, but he
Right.
made the movie that he personally wanted to make.
And to be fair, they gave him the freedom to do that,
And they did.
Everybody over at Lucasfilms was happy with the movie, obviously.
Yeah.
So
And that could be a reason why Kathleen Kennedy wants to give it back to J.J. Abrams,
Yeah.
because they may think that maybe he can do more of a job to not necessarily be safe, but just appease more people.
Well, it's more like this is
Because people
this
will
is-
complain regardless.
This is more important in a sense anyway, because it's ending everything. So like they probably trust J.J. Abrams' vision.
It could be the last
true.
movie in the Skywalker saga for a long time.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, it makes more sense for him to, if he started the new...
He can finish it.
Yeah, he can finish it probably the best.
And that's the thing. If for some case JJ wasn't happy with Rian Johnson did, well, now he can kind of tweak it.
he can take it back,
And
basically.
I don't think he's going to undo things Rian Johnson did.
And he shouldn't.
Like
He
people are
definitely
people are looking for the whole like stuff with Snoke, but I don't think they're
Like
going to, and like
retcon.
Rey's parents. I don't think he's going to change any of that, because I think he's going to respect.
How could
That's
you
the
even
thing.
change
I don't
that?
think he wants to change any of it.
No.
I think he's happy with the way it.
I'm sure he's just going to focus on what to do with Kylo Ren, and that'll be the big thing. And I'm sure the Knights of Ren will be in it, and that'll be really cool.
I kind of hope they are.
They have to be. If they're not, then it's stupid.
And I think, just to get back onto the Trevor thing, I think the bigger takeaway of why he even got fired was that the script he wrote apparently wasn't very good, and he even went to Kathleen Kennedy and wanted to rewrite it.
But that's the thing.
And I think it was like, she was just like, we're not going to give you a second chance.
I don't think he's really known for his writing.
Right. But
I think hiring him to begin with was very premeditated.
Yeah.
Like, before 7 even came out.
Right. It's unfortunate, but it's kind of like he got his shot, and he kind of failed at it before it amounted to anything. So,
But that's just Kathleen Kennedy too, though, because stuff with the director of Rogue One went into a lot of problems too, and with Solo. So it seems like
maybe it's, well, I don't want to say anything because I don't know, but
she could be hard to work
else.
with.
Yeah.
Or it seems like she has a specific vision on how because she's through and through, she's a producer. I don't know how big of a Star Wars fan she is, but she knows how to get movies done and made in a certain way. So I think if it's not going the smooth way that she wants it, I think she says, well, we'll just move to someone else. That's the vibe I get.
It's worked so far. Sort of.
It has.
Yeah.
Are you saying the sort of thing because of Solo?
The thing is, to me, they haven't made any movie that's been offensive in any way. So she has a solid, just straight through. I made a motion with my arm of coasting by, and that's
Solo didn't offend you even a little bit.
No, there's one or two parts I could do without, but I enjoyed the movie for what it is, very much so.
We can't even get on this whole thing.
I never want to talk about it again.
If you want to hear our opinions on that, go listen to our Solo review.
Oh, yeah. I don't want to talk about Star Wars until 9 comes out.
Yeah, okay. That's not gonna happen.
All right, we moving on?
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm sure everybody knows by now, but James Fox was cast in
James Fox.
Jimmy James.
James Fox.
I'm sorry, no, I'm just focusing on what I'm about to say next, because this I just found out today, and it kind of makes me happy.
What?
But anyways, yeah, I think late Tuesday or early Wednesday, somewhere around that time, we found out Jamie Foxx was cast in the lead role. He was cast as Spawn. Now, this is from Forbes, the latest being that he's not the protagonist of the movie, and that he might not even have any lines in the movie. Jamie Foxx.
I don't know anything about Spawn.
What?
I gotta be honest.
Yeah, apparently.
Spawn? You don't know, like, the character?
No.
It's
Not
pretty
really.
cool, actually.
Yeah, but see, I would have wanted a Spawn movie, and it's still named Spawn. The movie's still called Spawn. It just focuses on Twitch, which he's like, he's not really a sidekick, but he's kind of his friend or whatever. He's, he's also a cop or whatnot. But, so the movie focuses on him with Spawn being there. Once again, might not have any lines at all, which we all know Jamie Foxx can act. I mean, we've seen Django Unchained. We've seen, Law Abiding Citizen.
Baby Driver.
I was gonna say Baby Driver.
He's got his movies, but
Amazing Spider-Man.
But yeah, I'm thinking about Amazing Spider-Man 2, and I could do without a few lines from the boy. So I don't know. I mean, I find it kind of interesting.
He's also on the world-renowned television show Beat Shazam.
Why did this article come from Forbes? Isn't that like a fucking?
I mean, they release like
it's an entrepreneurial
articles
website
about entertainment and shit. But
I thought it was just like investing in.
I mean,
it's
that's
exchange.
No,
majority of what it is.
They've got fashion too, I think. Anyways, but no, I mean, yeah, a lot of websites. Obviously, it's on a lot of like IGN and all that. Forbes was the first article I found, but I don't know. How do you guys feel about that? How do you guys even feel about him being like cast as Spawn?
I feel like I haven't seen enough Jamie Foxx movies even.
Yeah, that's the thing. I don't care that much about Jamie Foxx.
I like him.
He's like alright, but like
I don't. Gold Digger.
I don't think of him as like a super.
Right? See,
I mean, I guess it's not he's more of an anti-hero. But
yeah.
I still don't really see like Jamie Foxx is a weird casting.
Exactly, and that's why I kind of like the fact that he might not have any lines. I mean, I don't know.
That's like a lot of Jamie Foxx's appeal is like the way he
No,
talks
I get that,
and,
but
like,
I don't know,
his
dude. I mean,
charisma kind
I
of
guess
thing.
I'm just curious to see where they go with it. I mean, because it's not the first time we see Spawn on screens, but I guess with all the movies that have been out, from Marvel, DC, and all that, you'd expect this movie to be like really thought out and everything. And the fact that the movie's titled Spawn and he's in it, but might not even have any lines or, very few lines is, to me, it's kind of interesting. And I kind of want to see where they go with it.
Isn't the director like one of the creators of Spawn too?
Yeah.
Oh, that's super cool.
Yeah. So that's awesome. So
I feel like they've been trying to do that more with comic book movies lately.
What?
Like get the people who wrote the comics involved.
Right. Which it makes it more interesting.
I mean, they definitely should do that anyway because they know the character is the best.
Yeah.
Well, and so often they like, I guess it's rare when somebody like Alan Moore is the one that like refuses to see the movie, and like to that extent.
Yeah.
But a lot of times they'll still just be like, I don't think this
And
really should have been
support,
turned
yeah.
into a movie.
Yeah.
So.
But yeah, I mean, I feel like that would be pretty cool
Yeah.
in a way. But I'm
In a
still
way.
kind of like, Jamie Foxx. Prove me wrong, buddy. That's how I
Right.
feel about it.
Right.
Gold
We'll see.
Digger.
Gold Digger.
He's featured on Gold Digger.
Oh, I was like, what movie's
Gold
Gold,
Digger?
Digger?
I feel like that was like one of his first big.
Yeah, I forgot
things.
about that actually. But I know everybody's heard about. Well, I guess it's like more everybody's been joking about it. But so I saw that they were talking about the Batman movie, the Matt Reeves Batman movie, and how it's now rumored that the Penguin is going to be the main villain in Matt Reeves' The Batman. Which,
So what happened to Deathstroke?
well, that's the weird thing. Like, feel like I haven't heard anything about the Penguin
Yeah.
in any of the DC movies that have already been released, which just is, again, another thing DC's just, like,
Right.
throwing in there without, like, any explanation.
And don't we still not know for sure if this one's even going to be connected to the DC? Like, haven't they toyed with that before, where this movie could just be its separate
A
thing,
standalone trilogy or
outside
so?
of it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
they're also, it's like, so I heard this. I read this from Cinema Blend, but it was talking about how, first of all, this is all really rumored. It's not like confirmed
Right.
or anything, but it's also saying that if the Penguin wasn't to be in the Batman movie, he would be in Birds of Prey.
No.
I don't like that.
So
wait, they're gonna fucking have him, but not Catwoman.
what is the
Fuck
point?
that.
yeah, well, that's
Fuck
the
that.
thing. It's just like kind of all over the place.
Wait, would he be like? He'd just be a part of it, or like
no,
the main?
he would be like the main person.
I don't know.
That's what. Again, it's all rumors.
I mean, I guess we also have to keep in mind these villains have been around for a while, just because it's
Well,
the older Batman that we're seeing. So
I know
it's
the
not like-
only thing that was confirmed it would be like Birds of Prey would have Batgirl, Margot Robbie's Harley Quinn,
right.
and then
Poison
the Penguin,
Ivy was it?
Poison
Oh.
Ivy, and the Penguin. But they keep saying it's like, oh, the Penguin will be in that if he's not in the Batman, which I don't really understand.
So
why
what? They
keep
just want to
saying
fucking
that.
use
That's the
him.
thing. It's like they have to use them. For
That's-
some
Right,
reason?
No,
that's
that's
what's
stupid.
making it kind of confusing.
How about they just make a Batman Deathstroke movie? Do
Which
the
would be so
Aquaman
cool.
movie.
Oh my
Do a
God.
Flash movie. Do whatever Wonder Woman you want to do.
What was the point of even adding Deathstroke?
I feel
He's
like they were
gonna
gonna
be
use
the
him
main
for
villain
a-
in the Batman.
No, I feel like they were gonna use him maybe for a Lex Luthor team up, or
like a
whatever,
Legion of Doom
Right,
or whatever.
right.
But
I
have
think-
they said anything about that?
Yeah, I mean that was kind of
I'm assuming like a Legion
It's-
of Doom would be for Justice League 2. That's what I'm
what it
guessing.
they've
seems
talked
like.
about it before. Yeah,
If they ever get to that.
I think it'd be cooler if
We've
it
been
was-
talking about
big if.
We've been talking on this show for months now that at Comic-Con they have to announce stuff. Isn't that during the summertime?
they're definitely gonna announce something.
So-
I mean, we're
They're gonna have to. Yeah, they're gonna have to like kind of set the.
because I mean they're starting to lose their fans, dude. Let's
You
be
know,
honest.
this reminds me, like a couple months ago, I went on YouTube and I watched from Comic-Con when Zack Snyder was at Comic-Con and he revealed what his next movie was going to
Yeah,
be
and you
after
were
Man
about
of
to say
The
Steel.
BVS.
Yeah,
Yeah.
when he revealed it, and I watched it, and I got chills just because of how everyone reacted, and I was like, man, what times we used to
Yeah.
live in.
I just remember when
And I still love that movie.
when
but
they
it's-
showed the logo, everybody was like, "Can you believe this is happening?" Because you remember in I Am Legend, there's like a billboard
Yeah.
for the
Yeah.
fucking like BVS, basically.
Yeah.
Like it's kind of cool.
BBS, good movie.
Well,
Great movie.
either way, the only two
Somewhere
people
in between.
It's good.
somewhere
It's
in
just
between.
bad, but it's good.
So other than like it being rumored that the Penguin is going to be in it, y'all showed me the picture right before we did this of
Andy Serkis.
Andy.
Yeah.
It was
Yeah.
just a concept art.
Right, but they were talking about that, and then Josh Gad playing.
Oh, that's been rumored a while. Yeah, that has.
Which
been rumored.
he tweeted something pretty much joking about it, and Matt Reeves like tweeted something back at him. I can't remember what it
Yeah.
was, but all he did was like tweet a gif of like
It
penguins.
was a long time. I forgot about that. That was a while
Yeah.
ago.
So I mean,
Give me
again,
Danny DeVito again.
Honestly, I think I would actually really enjoy seeing the Penguin in these like
I would.
DC movies. I think it'd be great, but I just think it's so out of nowhere. Like it's
Right,
it doesn't
right.
make any sense.
It's not.
Yeah.
It's not grounded at all.
Yeah.
But I think it'd be really fun. I like the Penguin a lot, so I think, especially now that I'm playing City.
Oh yeah.
I don't know. I just feel like I would be really excited about it. But yeah, so
I just want some type of news from DC.
That's
at
what, I
this
want
point.
like something
Some-
real
something
about the
promising.
Yeah, I
Batman.
just want to know something. I just want
right. 'cause
hope.
It just
that's
seems like
another
it's
thing.
so in like stuck in limbo right now.
Not-
Well,
yeah.
with them always saying it's rumored, I just hate that shit.
I actually
Come
think-
on,
I think
give
the-
me some actual information.
I think the Aquaman movie has a shot at being good.
I do too.
Only because it's James Wan directing it.
Yeah.
And he's good.
Yeah.
yeah.
So it could be interesting. if you mix his style with like underwater weird bullshit,
Well, it's that.
it might
and-
be cool.
It's that, and he was one of the only likable characters from Justice
Justice
League.
I did like him in Justice
I
League.
mean, I think he was one of the ones that people enjoyed the most, so it makes
Yeah.
sense for him to have an actual.
I wasn't a huge
okay
fan
movie.
of Cyborg or
Oh,
don't
Were
know.
you not?
even the Flash.
I don't think anybody.
yeah, I know you
really
didn't
was.
like the
I
Flash.
didn't like Ezra Miller's Flash. no.
he wasn't like incredible. I thought Cyborg was the worst part
Oh yeah, definitely.
of.
I
Justice
tried to
League.
give him more credit though, because going into the movie,
Ah,
everybody
yeah, I
was saying
don't know.
that
I
he was
liked
gonna
them all.
suck.
I like the casting for these movies.
We know you did.
They're just
We
not
know you
great.
I mean, I like
right.
the casting for
But
Cyborg.
like
I just didn't like the
Cyborg
character.
is, but like yeah, the writing they did for that
Yeah, it
character
just
was
kinda
awful.
sucked.
Cyborg is just a whatever character.
He was just
in
dead.
general. Like even
I've
in other
always-
media.
I think I didn't like the actor maybe either, because even like the booyah at the end was just like, like I really want to sit here and like this, but I don't think I do.
Well, they went for the approach that he's kind of like this brooding character, but he does have all this shit going on in his head, and he is fucked like out of his
Yeah.
mind. So I don't know. It's not like unrealistic to me that he's like fuck you, dad, for like.
I mean, I feel like with
fucking
that
my life
character,
up.
a lot of scenes were taken out too. Because if you remember
Bless
from
you.
the trailers with
with the cop.
with the cop, with the football,
with the
Oh,
cop
yeah.
football
and
team and
football.
everything. So I don't know. I just feel like a couple things we might have missed on just from them taking it out of the movie, which would have made the character a little bit likable.
Well, I think also the character in other media is more silly, and with like the DC.
Oh, yeah, like
counting
that's
it
what
up-
I hated
I
about
think
it,
that's the
too.
problem with it. It's not that it was necessarily bad. It's just like the way Cyborg is normally depicted doesn't really mesh well with
didn't-
the style.
Yeah, that's
Right.
the thing. I
It's
mean,
a-
I like
it's
the actor.
okay.
I didn't like the character.
Yeah.
So
That's probably enough about Justice League.
I was actually
feel
watching
like-
a couple days ago.
Really?
Yeah, I don't know.
I skip through some scenes every now and then.
Oh God, I feel like I could
I do it
probably
all the
only watch
time.
that like once.
That
one more
that
time.
movie. Honestly, I'll tell you what. Seeing it the first time was enough for me. Because watching it again,
It's just like an okay
I did not
movie.
like it.
It's not like anything special.
I don't
I
know.
like it.
I'd be interested to watch that fan cut that they
Yeah,
had made.
yeah.
where
We
they-
should watch that.
Yeah.
because they use like other scores and stuff too.
Right. If I was gonna
So-
rewatch it, I just want to give that.
They actually have those scenes on YouTube where you could just kind of play through them with like other scores being used. Like,
Is there a way to just download that version of it?
yeah, I'll figure it out.
I guess it's technically illegal, so don't do it. But
Yeah,
Okay, so Justice League is an
Moving
okay, yeah. I also saw though, which was announced like what, a day ago or 2 days ago, but Top Gun 2 being made, and Tommy Boy, good old Tom, was
Tommy
the one
Boy.
to announce it on his Twitter. He put he put a picture of, it was like probably the best picture they could use for Top Gun, which I feel like, have y'all seen Top Gun?
no.
I actually
Okay.
haven't.
Well, it's a movie that, I don't know.
Of
There's
its
some
time.
there's some scenes that I feel like probably wouldn't age that well, but it's like just Tom Cruise like looking into the distance with like feel the need and like big letters on the picture, but it was just, I don't know. I like Top Gun because my dad was super into it when I was younger, so I've seen it a couple times, but I'm really excited that they're doing this just because Tom, I'm telling you, he makes good choices with the movies he's making, because I have the picture on my computer too, Angela.
Oh, that does look really cool. Actually.
right? No, I mean, I think they're doing really well with like getting the word out, and all the people that are such big fans of that movie, which I feel like it has a huge following, and
Nick Bustani, #1 fan.
yeah, Danger Zone, so they don't have too much about the plot out yet. I don't think they're going to be announcing that anytime soon, because I feel like it's not really like too much is known about it.
Have
When
they
is
said
it?
when the movie's releasing?
Yeah, I was gonna ask that.
No, I don't think so. But wait, hold on.
July 12th.
No, wait, next year, right?
Oh, okay. Oh, well, look at that. Thank you, producer.
So a year.
But yeah, I think it's more going to be like, this is going to be Tom Cruise pretty much being the like mentor in this movie. So he's pretty much going to be, I think it's rumored that he's going to, oh God, I hate the word rumored now because it's just so annoying.
I
but,
know.
but he's going to be a flight instructor in this movie. So I don't know. I'm pretty interested about it. And I feel like I love Tom Cruise in action movies. And even though he's crazy in real life, I love him as an actor because he's not acting as himself, So
Very true.
Top Gun 2 and Mission Impossible. I'm freaking ready. So that's just a little tidbit for everybody out there that is fans of Tom Cruise.
There you go. I put this one on here. It's somewhat interesting just because the quote from it's fucking ridiculous. So apparently there's this rumor, or not a rumor, apparently Woody Harrelson is going to be in the Venom movie. They haven't said as who. Apparently it's not a big role. And in an interview with Collider, is his exact quote from Woody Harrelson. He says, "I'm a little fraction of this movie, but I'll be in the next one, So I haven't read that script. But anyways, just rolled the dice."
Nice. The dice from Solo.
Oh, maybe
It's a
that's what he
dumb
meant.
joke. Let's not get into that.
I think that is what he meant.
No, I don't think he meant that.
What a crazy dude.
I
love Woody
Omar
Harrelson.
put in here like thinking he could be Carnage, which if
Oh,
it's
Woody
not
Harrelson?
a big character, that he probably won't be. But like, I started picturing Woody Harrelson
Where-
as Carnage, and I thought that would be so.
Will this movie
Hey, just
do
'cause
well
they're
enough to
saying-
make a second one though?
I think it
Venom?
should.
I
Well,
think it
because
could.
he used the word
Tom Hardy,
sequels.
come on.
Yeah. Besides, I don't know. I think like fan casting wise, a lot of people were saying Woody Harrelson for Carnage. Like
I think
maybe
that would
even
be
2
really
years ago.
cool.
What I want to know is,
I don't know. It'd be
how many people go and see this movie and think it's a part of the MCU?
People are gonna be confused because isn't Tom Holland supposed to be in it?
Yeah.
I'll
So,
tell you honestly though,
apparently-
with how the
Well-
trailers are looking and everything, I feel like if I watched this movie, I wouldn't
So,
consider it a part of the
I had
MCU.
read
I mean, it
some-
looks nothing like it.
Exactly.
I had read something. I don't know how true this was, but it's like this is even in relation to like Spider-Man: Homecoming. That movie itself isn't even really set in the MCU. It's like the MCU is allowed to pull from this new Spider-Man universe, but the Spider-Man universe is its own thing. So like the Venom movie takes place in the Spider-Man: Homecoming universe.
Yeah.
and I guess really they are all the same thing.
It's
but
Sony fucking Marvel in the end.
Yeah. Basically, it was like, okay, you really want to use Spider-Man? We're gonna make it the most complicated way you can.
Yeah.
Um,
They're just giving
Yeah,
him
I don't
hell. Like, I don't know.
well, that's the thing.
Give 'em hell.
We've said this before, but for people who like sit here and dig into it, yeah, you can understand it.
Yeah.
But for people that just go to the movies and be like, huh?
As in
What the
casual
fuck?
people
Yeah.
that watch movies that aren't on the internet every day don't.
Yeah, it's just like I don't get why Spider-Man's in this. The same one that
And you could even say the same thing about Star Wars movies. How many people think you think went and saw Rogue One and thought they were going into like, you know?
I
what
know
mean?
people did.
Yeah, exactly.
They had a Spider-Man spin-off movie from Sony that they actually just literally today pulled out of their schedule. It was supposed to be Black Cat.
Wait, that they're not doing anymore? you're
Not
saying?
anymore.
Meow.
You know,
But,
I feel like I haven't heard anything about that anyway.
yeah, that's interesting. I didn't hear anything about that either. But
Yeah.
you know what? Maybe they have all these plans, and then it's just going to turn out to be too complicated to make this weird half-shared universe.
Or
So
maybe I don't know. What they could do is maybe like because I think I'm pretty sure I said this before. Maybe the Venom movie won't have Tom Holland in it, but then when somehow they inevitably get the rights to it in some kind of way, then they end up bringing it in, and like there's
It'd just
nothing
be
in it that
weird
ruins
seeing-
it.
It'd be so weird seeing Tom Holland and Tom Hardy together, especially when it's like we're seeing like a dark.
I'm itching for it though.
I am, but I don't know. I just
Well, the Venom movie's PG-13, right? It's not R.
Oh, I thought it was R.
Is it R?
I don't.
No,
I
I
I don't
You're
think
wrong.
it's R. I think
No,
it's PG-13.
it's
So
yeah.
I think it still fits in, and Tom Holland's probably gonna have such a small part in it.
Yeah,
he could
I
be
feel
in
like
an
if
after
anything-
credit scene. Who knows?
Yeah, I feel like it's gonna be like a very, very short cameo of just like in passing. You
If it
see
actually
Tom
happens.
Holland. I
It's
almost said
kind of weird that
Poland.
this is something that they've like officially said. You know, it almost
What?
makes more that Tom Holland's gonna be in it.
They
It's
never,
almost
they
like
never
why,
officially said.
I think
that.
they did.
They said apparently he was on set of the Venom movie, so people were like, "Why?"
I have to find who the quote was from, but it was somebody that basically said like, yes, he's in it.
I'm
I
intrigued.
can't say why he's in it or anything like that, but
When does this movie come out? October?
It's R.
It is R.
Really?
that.
I thought so.
Well, then how is Tom?
Exactly, that's what I'm saying. I don't know. I feel like it'd be kind of weird.
I don't think it'll be weird. Why is it R?
Well, I mean, they announced it was going
Because
to be
Venom's
R.
a bloody boy.
No, I get that it's like more violent.
He's
but
a goopy
I just
boy.
wasn't expecting it to like show them. I guess since it's Sony.
What's the release date?
What?
October or something.
October.
17th.
That would make
Or something?
That would make sense for Halloween.
It is. Damn! Look at me taking a wild goose.
I don't think they have a rating for it yet.
Whatever, dude.
I don't think they have a rating for it either. I think
They
Angela's
never
making it
rate
up.
movies this early.
What are you looking at and finding all this information?
I was
Like
gonna say,
you might be
where are you
feeding
pulling
us
this
false
from?
information.
You're on the front page of Google. I know, but they haven't released an official
Because
rating
it's like
for it yet.
Deadpool and Logan being rated R was announced so long before, and it was a big deal.
That's
I feel like if Venom was rated R, they would have said it already.
I think
in
it's
an
possible
official
Venom
report.
ends up being rated R, but I don't think they've set out with the intention of it being R. But I could
I'm
be
really
wrong.
word about this movie.
I'm not.
I'm
You're
gonna love the
worried?
I
movie.
think it's gonna be really good.
I'm very worried about
No,
it.
I think I'm gonna love this.
There's
movie.
some-
I just think it's
overthinking
the-
I'm not. There's just something about the way with all the bike scenes, and I just in my mind it looks like it's edited very strangely.
The trailer was put together.
It's very
kinda
weird, yeah. And it's just like I hope it's not. I hope it's a little
But
different.
with
than
how
that.
big of a fan we all are of Tom Hardy,
No,
I feel
yeah,
like
that's
there's
not
no
the
way
problem.
we can't like this movie. Like you might be able to argue that it's not a great movie, but I feel like no matter what, we're gonna end up enjoying it.
I'm more worried because it's not. It's hard to care about stuff that isn't in the MCU. You know what I mean? It's just kind of like, well, what does this movie really matter?
Right.
It's
See,
not.
I guess I'm not really even like considering. Like, I don't know. I feel like it's not.
And just a complete standalone.
Yeah, so
thing.
I'm not even thinking about it that way. I'm more of just thinking it's like a cool standalone movie. Which is stupid because that's not really what they're trying to do with it. But
Yeah.
I feel like if you look at it that way, it makes it to where you don't think of it as trying to be like Marvel.
Well,
Even
Woody
if it is.
Harrelson's in it. I hope he listens to this podcast. I love you, Woody.
I hope he's great as Carnage.
Confirmed. Heard it here first.
So
I think that's the movie stuff.
I mean,
huh?
yeah, that's
yeah,
it.
I mean, there's not much else to even really talk about with movies.
There's not that much for TV either.
No, but I saw like, do
I'm
you
actually gonna go pee while y'all talk about this.
do you still watch Walking Dead?
Me?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry. Is that what's next?
Well, that's what I'm making next. So
Oh,
because
okay.
Andrew Lincoln.
Right on.
Yeah.
Do I still watch it? Fuck no. I stopped after season 5, and then I went back. What was it? Season 7. To watch the boy Glenn. Spoilers. Get fucked with a baseball bat.
He doesn't actually get fucked with it.
He
dies.
literally gets fucked.
Does he? No, his head gets like bit.
I mean,
bit off.
not like sexually fucked.
No,
but
they're not like stabbing him in the ass with a
I'm glad.
plowing
I'm
him.
glad
No.
this-
That's not what
with
happened. That's
a
not what I
nail
meant.
bat.
No, I'm using the word fucked as in he got.
Yeah, he's
he got
dead.
fucked.
Glenn's dead. We get it, but
Beyond.
apparently Andrew
Yeah,
Lincoln's
Andrew
leaving,
Lincoln. Yeah, he's leaving.
which makes no sense because he's the main fucking character.
Is that
in
that's the
show.
name of the character?
No, his name
No,
is
his
Rick.
real name's
Okay,
Andrew
okay.
Lincoln.
Yeah,
Did you
that
like
shows-
what
his
I
name-
put
Wait, what?
next to your
What'd you put? And
'Cause
then
I-
gets brutally assassinated at a fucking play. Jesus.
Because I saw
Okay.
Andrew Lincoln and I was
Alright.
like, why are they talking about Abraham Lincoln? And then I was like, oh.
Yeah, second cousin. No. Yeah, Andrew Lincoln has said, or I'm not sure who interviewed him. I think it was comicbook.com actually, which I know we both follow on Twitter.
Comic book now?
Comicbook.com. It's two separate pages.
Oh, okay, never
Yeah.
mind.
Anyways, they interviewed him, and he said after 9 seasons, he's very excited for season 9. But after 9 seasons, he really wants a cool write-off for his character.
Why don't they just end this fucking show?
They're also
For,
first of all, the
for
show
him
should
and
have
the
been ended
fans.
like 4 seasons ago.
Right. Well, I mean, I don't know. Some people still enjoy it. I don't see why.
Okay, this is what I think about this show. This is great for like dads and certain people that really like zombie stuff. But my dad
But for
has
dads,
well, like just because like my dad has complained that this show has gone from like killing zombies to just like drama, and he's like,
Oh, yeah.
they definitely don't show enough zombie killing. in it.
Exactly, right.
So, and that's been like that for the past like what 3 seasons. So
Yeah,
it's
at
not
least.
as interesting anymore.
I mean,
Like,
that's
no
why I
one cares
stopped.
about the
Yeah,
plot.
that's why I stopped after season 5. I'll say this though: the way they've written off like all the main characters, for the most part, it's been really cool and interesting. So, seeing that he's the main character,
I think also because, which
I'm
again, this
excited.
is spoilers, but
Right.
his son got
Yeah.
killed off, and apparently, like,
oh, they actually killed
the
him off.
Yeah,
I thought he just got.
no, he got killed off. He got like bitten. And
Well, he got
then
bit, but I don't know if anybody killed him.
The show tanks if he
He
leaves.
apparently he shot himself. Like, because he
Oh
got
my
bit.
God,
But
Jesus
anyway, that's
Some Last of Us.
I did not know
neither
that.
here nor there. But so apparently, like the way the executives like decided to kill him off, like apparently Andrew Lincoln was upset.
Was not a fan?
He said it was kind of messed up what they did to
Uh-huh.
that actor. So I think like this is a way of him being like, "Fuck y'all."
Right. Well, no. He said that he thinks the way his character goes. Now, I'm not sure if he dies or if he just walks off into the sunset. Who knows? But that it's a cool
God.
it's a cool send off for his character, for him, the
That's
fans,
great.
and the show.
But like
so,
the show should just end if he's ending.
it
you
should.
know?
But I mean, the director
I couldn't
was like,
give
you know,
a fuck.
Yeah, he was.
But
like,
I
back.
mean, that's the thing. Yeah, Matt's back and he doesn't give a fuck.
yeah, I mean, after season 5, I was like, this is
Yeah,
one
I
too
stopped
many.
watching like a
So,
while ago, but I saw that he was leaving, and I mean, just because I've seen like the first 4 seasons, thinking that the main character's leaving the show, but the show's
He's a great actor. I
continuing
mean, I
doesn't
really
make
like
any
him.
sense to me,
I've
so.
enjoyed him. I mean, he was like the only
Yeah, he's
redeeming
in
part, but then he starts losing his
Love
fucking
Actually.
mind.
He
The
holds
show
up
might just
posters.
never end.
Well, the thing is, shows like this go on for this long because they have an audience, not because they like set out with the idea to make a show. That
Oh,
like,
no,
goes
for
10
sure.
seasons
I mean, this
long.
show has a huge following.
It's
Right,
also
but
like
that's the
not
thing.
really
It's-
following the comics at this point either.
No, fuck
so
no.
And it's also not cool because you can see how many of them now like desperately just want to see an ending to this show. Like they want to see how it's going to end, and they just they keep going and making money off of it. So
Which is, I mean,
Whichever way they end it at this point, I think it's not going to be all that, because after 9 seasons and after a lot of the main characters have already left,
yeah,
I don't think anybody cares about that. Well,
that's the
obviously
thing. I guess
besides,
you've moved on to a different story now. than
exactly.
what you
Yeah.
started.
So I don't know. I mean, they should have ended it like after season 7, right then and there, but that's not the case.
no.
They're 9 strong. So
bye, Andrew.
Bye bye.
I think Tyler has the next one
Oh yeah.
for TV.
I do, and it's something. This is another one. It's just it's like whatever. Rosario Dawson, she's in all the Marvel shows. She told Screen Geek earlier this week about Luke Cage season 2. She says, "I don't know if I'll be back after this, to be honest, but it's been an amazing few years. I've been on a lot of different shows. I mean, I don't know if maybe they do a 3rd season of Luke Cage potentially, or maybe if they figure out some kind of way for me to be on The Punisher, just so I can feel like I've been in every show. But it's been like my daughter is in high school, so I kind of want to not be 3,000 miles away for work."
Aw.
That makes sense.
I mean,
I thought she was
she's also in every single one of the shows, and
is.
she's Luke Cage's love interest. So,
And with the Marvel TV shows being as like as they are, was there really a point?
I don't know.
Well, go be with your daughter. You know, like
It's just weird because she's in all these shows, but I feel like she doesn't serve a very large purpose.
no, yeah,
She's
she
kind of
doesn't.
just
She
there.
kind of does in Daredevil, but that's about it. And I do enjoy her character. To
It's
be
cool the
honest.
first time you see her on any other show.
Yeah.
Like Luke Cage, Jessica Jones, or whatever. Just
Well, that's
you know,
what.
it's
If you're a
connected in
fan
some
of
way,
Jessica
but-
Jones and like the comic with Jessica Jones, like Rosario Dawson kind of like fucks up that whole thing. Just because, like, spoilers if you really don't know anything about Luke Cage and Jessica Jones, but
Oh, yeah.
they get married in the comics, and then they also hook up in the show. So him and Rosario Dawson
You
being
wanna
together
grab some
kind of
coffee?
well, it like pissed me off.
Luke
kind
Cage
of.
has fucked every woman in the show.
I get that, but like he and Rosario Dawson like have a relationship, and like Jessica
Yeah.
Jones and him are supposed to be together, so it kind of just
Yeah.
annoys me because it's
Well, do
it's
you
like
think-
you should have just kept it with the comics. I
Do you
don't
think that's
understand.
why she's leaving? You think she's aware?
I hear that she specifically heard
Like,
that
she
I was
knows she's
upset
a
about it, and
cockblock
she
at
was
this
like,
point, and
you
she's
know
like,
what?
you know what?
I got to fix this show for Bailey, and I'm like, you're right.
Oh,
So-
like for you in specific. I don't.
Yeah. So I guess
Rumors,
we'll see
just
you
rumors.
later. Find a new hobby. You know?
Oh my god.
I don't know. I mean, I like her, but I'm at this point where I feel like I'm never going to catch up on these shows
Yeah.
after the Defenders.
Well, she was great in Daredevil, but I
I mean, she's
don't-
not bad or anything. She's just not.
No, she's
Yeah.
just like she's not
She's
that important
there.
of a character, right? So I mean, I don't know.
I mean, yeah, it's not her fault. It's the way
No,
these
it's not
shows
her-
are written and the way there's just
Yeah,
so
it's not
much
her
of them
fault at all.
constantly coming out. Yeah,
Yeah.
there's it's too much.
There's just too much stuff with the Marvel TV shows in general now. So it kind of, I don't know.
It's another thing that'll probably never end. They'll probably just keep making them.
God, and that's all we got for TV. So apparently nothing interesting is happening on that.
Yeah, TV was kind of quiet.
Slacking.
Even though we need to like dive on into the video games.
Oh, yeah.
because there's
There's
so much to talk
video
about.
game stuff.
Yeah, there's a lot.
All right, so it's kind of crazy shit. We're in the video game news now. So PUBG it seems like this would have been a long time coming. The PUBG creators have actually sued Epic Games over stealing intellectual property in Jesus.
I thought they tried to do this a while ago. And
They may have in Fortnite. I'm just gonna read the release from Polygon. It comes from PUBG Corporation is taking Epic Games to court in South Korea over accusations that Epic Games copied intellectual property to create Fortnite Battle Royale. They say this is a measure to protect our copyrights. A PUBG representative told Bloomberg News, "This isn't the first time that PUBG Corp has accused Epic Games of copying its designs on PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds for the increasingly more popular Fortnite Battle Royale." Obviously, I mean, it's kind of like PUBG was like just on this like fucking steamrolling engine for like 2 years, and then Fortnite comes along and just takes
this
it
will never
over.
go anywhere because too many people love Fortnite. Any judge or jury is going to be like, "Fuck you, PUBG."
Well, it gets kind of interesting because
I
it's
hope a judge actually like says
Fuck
"fuck
you,
you."
PUBG.
There's a few things that make this kind of interesting at the end of this. The corporation filed an injunction in January against Epic Games Korea. So all this is taking place in Korea, where the laws are a little bit different too. And Epic Games is now accused of copying PUBG Corporation's weapon designs as well as the user interface from PUBG. So they've nailed down kind of like specific stuff. Which, if you've played both of them, I don't know, but Omar's played PUBG and Fortnite. So what do you think? As far as, I mean, obviously Battle Royale's turned into this genre, and games can obviously take that concept. But
Right.
And Fortnite's definitely added stuff like the crafting and the overall just more cartoony, feel of it. But there are like this when I read the end of this about the copying the like weapon like the inventory, so like I do kind of see that.
I do too. Yeah.
Like
I mean, they probably did copy the entire idea from PUBG. I'm sure they knew that they were.
I mean, the
doing
first
that.
time we all got on our PS4s and played Fortnite, I was literally like, "This is awesome," because I've wanted to play PUBG with you guys for a while on PS4, and that's
it just feels like the cartoon version of it, or whatever.
It is just weird. It's like Fortnite took off with it, and
yeah,
it's almost like a desperation move too. I feel like PUBG's got to at least like try this option now.
Well, I mean,
yeah,
at this point, dude, with how successful Fortnite is and how many like the following.
I mean, you have to
fucking
imagine they're losing players like every day.
Yeah, and I mean that's the thing though. Fortnite has kept up with the following they have. I mean, all the updates they keep releasing, every month, or it seems like
They're just being really smart about it.
exactly, yeah. And
Their marketing team they're geniuses.
Yeah.
amazing. Yeah,
I mean, the
seriously.
game is designed perfectly to where there's stuff that you can buy, but it won't,
mean,
it
they're
won't
making
piss
money.
anybody off.
Right.
Like, you don't have to spend money on it.
Yeah, so
Well, yeah, they did the exact opposite of what EA did. You know, it's everything in its cosmetic.
They should take note.
Yeah, they should.
Take note.
It'll be interesting to see where this goes, though.
I don't think anything's gonna happen.
Yeah, I don't know.
Fortnite's too popular.
Well,
I mean,
It
something
doesn't
can
matter.
happen, but it's not going to like affect
I was gonna say,
Fortnite.
I mean, if they
Yeah.
could prove
the popularity won't matter.
Right.
If they've got a case, they've got a case.
right,
but
yeah, if they could prove that they actually used.
I guess in a sense, though, if Fortnite,
So what would happen? Would they just have to pay PUBG creators?
Well, that's what
certain
it would
things?
be interesting.
They'd
I
have to
guess
pay
they
them a
would
lot
have
of
to
money.
pay them a lot,
A lot of money.
over time. It wouldn't just be like you pay it now. You're
Maybe there would be a
off free.
merger.
Yeah.
I have no idea.
They probably wouldn't
I
merge.
doubt
I mean,
that
Epic
would
Games is
happen.
so
I'm
much
joking.
bigger too
Yeah.
than PUBG.
No, I
but
mean, it would just be a matter of money, like a lot of it.
a lot of money.
A lot of
But
money.
yeah, I guess it's good that they're, if they feel that they've been stolen from, obviously take that option. But I hope then PUBG doesn't just kind of like sit dormant. If they don't, I hope they don't put everything into this lawsuit, and because obviously they have to start doing more with the game too.
Yeah.
To get people back.
Yeah.
So it'll
We'll
be
see.
interesting.
Yeah.
It will be interesting.
Speaking of Fortnite, though,
I was gonna say I got something else on here, but unfortunately I haven't gotten to play Fortnite since they added the shopping cart vehicles.
I've only talked to people that have
Yeah.
played because I was literally planning to play it later tonight. And
Right.
I haven't played either, but I was watching right before we started recording a video on YouTube of them using the shopping cart. And I guess I'm not sure if I was watching a solo or if it was one dude that, had unfortunately lost his squad by then. But he was using the shopping cart, and it's kind of weird how you use it. It's not like, I guess I was just assuming you could like throw another team player in there and just kind of drive him around.
ride
or something.
around.
Well, can't you do
I
that?
mean,
Once again, I'm not sure if I was just watching
Well,
a solo
yeah,
game.
so-
or
so
what.
So it,
So-
two
someone-
people can be in it.
Oh, okay, so
You've
it is
got,
two people. Okay.
If you're by yourself, you're kind of just pushing it, and then once you get momentum, or if
Yeah,
you're coming down a
exactly.
hill, you just kind of ride on
You
it.
can
You
literally
throw
use
somebody
it-
in the
and you
basket.
and you could like
Make a
shoot while you're on it
Yeah.
too. So I mean, it kind of looks dope, but
Is
obviously-
is
you can literally
Fortnite
tumble down hills and stuff. And
is
not take
Fortnite
damage.
copying PUBG again with
with
vehicles?
the shopping cart.
in a unique way? I guess you could say they are.
Yeah. It's cool though. That was one of the things I thought Fortnite was missing was vehicles. And
Oh, definitely.
It's worked because the
Yeah.
map's a lot smaller than PUBG,
Right.
but it's cool.
And I mean, yeah, that's a cool way to add.
yeah, I mean, it also shows how smart they are again with this because it's going to catch everyone's attention.
Dude,
Like,
seriously, I mean, if you
get
yeah,
to ride in shopping
if you kept
carts.
up with this game, just all the updates, all the cool shit they,
Yeah, I mean,
they've
it's super
released.
cool.
Well,
Yeah,
it's
really
insane how different the game is now. From
Oh,
when
definitely.
We first started
Oh, yeah.
playing.
Yeah, even with the outfits that they release, like every other week or whatever. I don't know. That just kind of keeps you motivated. Because I mean, dude, they make
back.
their money. They make their money.
Oh, dude, they make so
So
much money.
much.
So
Yeah.
even though the game is free, all the cool shit that they,
Oh,
they
yeah.
release.
Well, when you market your game towards like a lot of younger kids
Exactly.
that are just gonna get their parents to
and I mean, at
spend
this
the
point,
money on
everybody
it.
plays it like all fucking from kids to
Oh
adults
yeah,
to
everybody's
football
I mean,
players to fucking rappers. It's crazy.
Right now they're on top, so
Oh, yeah,
we'll
for
see
sure.
if they can stay. I guess just staying on Fortnite for the last bit is it's been heavily rumored, and I think today almost basically confirmed that Fortnite's gonna be coming to Nintendo Switch.
Yeah.
Probably soon.
Yeah,
Given that when we got the rumors about it coming on mobile, it was there like 3 days later. And same even with like the shopping cart or any update, Fortnite will tease it like the day before when
Right.
you got it. So
It's
Which is
just
cool.
it's just so bizarre to me because Nintendo has such terrible online,
they do. So
or like they haven't perfected it.
well, who knows? Maybe it's not going to come out yet. Then maybe it's going to wait for the Nintendo.
I mean, we
Online
haven't
launch
seen
later
what
on this
we
year.
haven't seen what they're gonna do on
Yeah.
for Switch online.
Yeah,
So
we'll see.
So moving on, though, they did drop the new trailer for the Lego DC villain.
Hell yeah.
Oh, it looks so
Dude,
It
cool.
looks so dope.
I've seen, the funny thing is they keep, if you watch like anything on YouTube for like the commercials that they show, it's always this trailer, like the Lego DC one.
Mm-hmm.
And usually I skip it, but not for this. This I've seen it like 6 times probably
my.
by now, but it looks so fun. I was, they obviously have like the main villain is like the Joker,
Right.
and they're gonna do the same thing that they're doing with the Incredibles Lego game, which is you get to pretty much build like your own super villain.
Dude, that's so fucking cool.
But the trailer just looks super funny. It's like really fun, and they have like Poison Ivy, Harley Quinn, the Joker,
Reverse Flash.
Flash. I think they showed like question marks everywhere, so you're assuming that the Riddler is going to be in it. And I don't know. I'm just really excited. Lego games, I've never played them, but they always look so fun.
They're
and I was
amazing.
planning on playing the Incredibles Lego game, and then
Yeah.
this came out, and I was like, well, I mean, I'm 100% getting this. Which
Well,
I
I
think
mean, The Incredibles is coming out in 2 weeks.
right.
This comes out.
in October.
Yeah, so we're still playing The Incredibles.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Hell yeah.
But I don't know. I just was super excited when I saw this, and I think it looks really fun.
All
so,
these Lego games getting announced, and no Last Jedi Lego.
Snuffed.
God forbid.
There's no way it never. They've made a Lego Star Wars game for every episode.
Well, it's gonna come out at some point in some form, just not as a standalone. You know what I'm saying? Like maybe it's gonna
I
now
think
be.
it has to.
I don't
But
think
they
they're gonna
wouldn't.
make
They,
it now.
wouldn't they have announced it by now? If they're already announcing all these other
Well,
Lego
Not
games,
necessarily. The thing is, I always go by how they did it last time, but they might do it differently. They might wait a little bit.
I think the last chance you get is E3 if it ends up being some kind of surprise
But
there.
I don't think they really announced Lego stuff at E3.
they don't. But I'm saying if E3 passes, that's passing the halfway point now between.
I mean, it's been
or
out
not-
for so long.
You get what I'm saying? Like it's
No, I do.
You're gearing up now to where like things are just going to be all about 9. So
I think it was just. I don't know. It was The Force Awakens was very different in the sense that there was voice act. It was the first Lego Star Wars game with voice acting and everything, and they used all like the archived stuff from the movie,
Right.
And they added some stuff in there too. And they even at the beginning of the game, you play the end of Return of the Jedi.
I don't get why they don't
So-
just release those games in line with the movies, like what The Incredibles is doing.
I think because Star Wars is way more strict with spoilers.
I guess.
I don't even think they would want to even
Well, even
chance
if
it.
you release it like 2 weeks later, like why not just like hit it on that same train? You know what I mean? Like at the same time.
I don't know.
Yeah, I mean that makes sense.
I just don't. I don't
think.
think they're not. They're just so scared of.
I
anything
want
like that.
I want a Last Jedi Lego game. I
I-
just don't
I-
know. I think we're passing the point now where it's going to happen.
I think we're gonna get it at some point. Maybe they do a double release where it's 8 and 9 together.
Should we take bets on it?
I think we're gonna get it. I don't know. I'll go all in E3. They'll say it.
You think?
I think so.
Well,
No,
what do we
you
get
don't.
if they don't?
Why would they
I
not?
say it's a no-go.
Why would they? Why would there not?
No Lego.
There's been a Lego game for every Star Wars episode.
It's going to come out at some
So-
point, but they don't normally make them as standalone games. The Force Awakens was the first time they did that. You know what I mean? How well did it sell?
Well,
Like well enough to keep doing it as standalone games?
I'm
or
sure.
were
I mean,
they like maybe
the
we're just
thing
gonna
is, the
do them
Lego
all?
Star Wars games were the first big Lego games.
Here's
ever.
what I could see them just doing this. They release the new trilogy as one game. It's gonna have the Force Awakens game in it, and then it's gonna have the 2 other
Oh, like
ones.
maybe they wait and just put
Yeah,
all
they
three
just
on
put them
one.
all 3 at once.
I guess that's valid.
Either
But we'll
way,
see.
you're getting the DC villains one. So you got that, and you got the
I know.
Incredibles.
I'm just bitter, I guess, because I really expected a couple months ago to get a Last Jedi released, and then we didn't get it.
Yeah, well,
And those games are so fun.
I'm sorry you're so heartbroken about it. I know it sucks.
I'm kind of heartbroken about this next one too. This comes from Kotaku. So Bethesda earlier this week teased a Fallout release, and then literally the next day they announced it. It says, okay, when Bethesda announced Fallout 76 with a teaser trailer this morning, promising more information at E3, it was easy to assume that the new game would be a traditional single-player role-playing game. But Fallout 76 is in fact an online survival RPG that's heavily inspired by games like Days and is that how you say it?
Daisy.
Okay, Daisy and Rust, according to 3 people familiar with the project. Fallout's like one of my favorite series, but I don't really know how this bodes.
I get it. I get like, oh, let's try doing something new and surprise people and, get them on board for something different. But
Yeah,
I was really hoping
a
because
new IP.
obviously there was some cool marketing going on, like the days leading up to them announcing it. They did the Twitch stream of just the screen and the little
That
vault
was
boy.
actually really cool. I
They
thought that
always
was
do
It
really
was
stuff like
cool,
that.
but I was really hoping that it was gonna be just basically the New Vegas of Fallout 4. You know what I mean? Like kind of like a 4.5 kind of game.
And
Now we got
maybe
this.
I don't know. Maybe this will be.
Well, I read an
like
interesting
that.
thing that said this game basically started out as that, as like the 4.5, and then it just evolved as they went. And they had this whole idea of what would a multiplayer Fallout game work like and play like. And they took that, but they said it's even changed since then. So that's what's interesting and being compared to like DayZ and Rust and Ark. Those are
should
such different types of games than Fallout. And I don't know. I don't know
What they
how it's
should
gonna
do,
work.
they should just make a new Fallout game with an optional online mode, where if you want to play the survival thing, you can, but it's separate from what offline stuff you
Yeah.
do.
Yeah, I
that would
agree.
be fine.
Right.
And
It
then
doesn't have to be as big as 4.
There were none.
you get Mountain Mama. Cause like the song.
Oh, that flew right over my head.
No, I mean
I realize now what you meant.
I like whenever I saw that teaser trailer or whatever, I was like so excited when they started playing that.
The thing is,
song.
Fallout Bethesda knows how to get you hyped for a game, though. Like the trailer is cool.
And
I
we're
thought
gonna-
it was super cool.
And we'll see a bunch of new stuff at E3 for it too, and maybe it's gonna be.
They always
maybe it's
do.
gonna be cool.
Bethesda does their whole own show, so
Yeah. I do. You brought it up earlier though. I do kind of want like a new IP from Bethesda.
I wanted to either.
I think we still.
I
get
want a
that, though.
space. I want a space game,
Yeah.
but I guess their sci-fi game is Fallout.
Yeah.
West Virginia,
Sing it! Oh my god!
Mountain Mama, take me home, country road.
I guess I'm disappointed in all of these stories because it's not really the Fallout game I want. It's not the Lego game that I necessarily want.
See, I was gonna bring that up too. Even Pokemon. I don't know how like gung ho you are about the how they've announced that and what it looks like it's gonna be, but
I don't even really want to read it. Basically, Game Freak and Niantic, whatever you want to call them, they came out and they announced Let's Go Pikachu and Let's Go Eevee. They're new games coming to Nintendo Switch. It's the first. Angel's making a face at me. It's basically a reimagining of Pokemon Blue, Red, and Yellow, the original games on the original Game Boy, with the original 151 Pokemon, which is fucking awesome. I love that aspect of it because it's people that have, like, people like
Well, I was gonna
everyone
say,
here that
okay,
haven't really played
so
Pokemon. Y'all
to-
can get into it now because it's
so
the
for somebody who
original.
hasn't really played Pokemon, so these Pokemon are the same ones basically that were in Go, right?
The first generation they did.
Right.
Yeah, I think on Go they're on Gen 3 now.
Oh, they've added all those other. so I've never heard of
Yeah.
it.
They're up to Gen 3. I believe. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty
Well,
sure. they're on
and
3.
isn't there a thing, the whole integration with Go, where you get the Pokemon you have?
Yeah,
from
they're
Gen
making
1?
they're making this Pokeball controller, which you can use to catch Pokemon and do all that stuff, and you can transfer your Pokemon into that and take them with you wherever you go. They did something similar with that with Heart Gold version a long time ago. But basically, I think anything you catch in Pokemon Go, you can transfer over to these games. And these games are similar to Pokemon, because in Pokemon Yellow, that was the first game where you have your 6 Pokemon in your team, but Pikachu follows you everywhere you go.
Right.
He actually follows behind you. That was the whole gimmick of the game. But it's similar in this game where it's Eevee or it's Pikachu, whatever version you get, whoever you pick.
Yeah. I think if, like, to put myself in the shoes of somebody who's, like, a big fan of Pokemon, the unfortunate thing about this is if they had announced, like, the actual main game and that was coming out this year and then this stuff came out next
Well,
year,
yeah.
people would be a little bit more excited about
That's
it.
the thing. I don't think I can really gripe because they also said along with this in 2019 we are getting a Generation 8
Right.
game.
I think
a
people,
core game to the
people were just
series.
ready for their, like,
Yeah.
first Switch Pokemon game to come out now.
But I think the point of this is just for young kids that have a Switch that haven't really seen Pokemon, or people like us that are our age and were never into it. Well, y'all could easily get into it now because it seems like it's probably a little more accessible and less serious, and it's the original Pokemon, which you probably are somewhat familiar with if you
Right.
grew up in the 90s.
Well, it's borrowing a lot from Pokemon Go, which makes sense because of how much money they made off of it and how big of like a cultural phenomenon that game was.
I feel like it'll probably be more. A lot of the Go stuff will be more optional. I still think it'll be.
See, I was reading stuff that said like all the motion controls and stuff like that is like required. There's no way around it.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So they are taking a lot of the stuff from Go and just like forcing it on. And again, it worked for Go and people like it. So I just think that's who they're marketing this as. They're not marketing as like
Yeah.
the older Pokemon fans that want that main game. They're marketing as like the younger kids, the people that really enjoyed Go. It's like,
Yeah.
here's the next, evolution of that. So-
And I don't know a lot about it, but in all the Pokemon games, the point of the game is you set off on your Pokemon journey, you form a team, you face gyms, you get badges, and then you take on the Pokemon League and you become pretty much the best in whatever region you are in. That is the way to perfectly do a quick synopsis
In
of
every single
Pokemon
game,
I
right?
mean, there's plot to it too,
Right, but
that's the overarching story and quest that you go
Right,
on.
they follow a formula basically.
I don't know how
It's-
much of that is in this game. I don't know if this game is more just catching Pokemon and meeting people, or if it's actually doing the journey in the gyms and everything.
It'll be interesting.
But the trailer, I don't know. The trailer looked fun, and I've played pretty much every Pokemon game that's ever come out. So
And
I'll
that's the
still
thing
play
too.
it.
Even though they've like referenced the older, like the red and blue and yellow or whatever, you don't know if this is like a remake with the Go elements in it, or if this is like a sequel to those games, right?
Yeah, I
they
really
haven't
don't.
really. I think they just haven't said it yet. So
I'd have to rewatch the trailer again.
yeah, I
to
think
really
it's
see.
just a combination of that, and they're going to release more about it, soon. So
But yeah, I mean, I don't know.
We'll see.
We're still getting one in 2019 in the core series. So
I'm really happy for y'all. I don't know anything about Pokemon. so.
I've played every. I mean, I guess I don't really talk about Pokemon a lot with y'all, but I've played pretty much every Pokemon game my whole life. I bought every Nintendo handheld console. I have bought 4 Pokemon.
Yeah, I mean, I've only really played Pokemon Go, so that's pretty much like the only knowledge I have on that. But I'm excited for
It's nothing like
y'all.
how the
No,
other
I
games
know
are.
it's not. I'm just saying that's like my only knowledge of it.
Y'all
so.
would love the games on. I mean, the reason that I love Pokemon is it's because it's definition of escapism.
right.
Everything's happy. Everything's fun. You're just on your own doing shit. It's just I don't know. It's just such a cool world.
Yeah, I mean, that's how I feel about
Digimon.
Nope, that's not what I was gonna say. I'm pretty sure I was gonna say Scooby Doo, but that's about all I got.
All right, who's next? Next topic.
All right, we're moving on to FIFA.
Yeah, do it, dude.
FIFA.
I know you're excited about that.
Okay. Well, this is for all my FIFA/soccer fans. FIFA released the World Cup update, which makes sense seeing that the World Cup starts in 2 weeks.
Whoa.
I know. Go USA.
Oh man, that's
not
low
in it, right?
blow. Yeah,
No, they're
this
not.
is like what the first year in how long it's been since they
Well,
haven't been in it.
4 years. It's
No, like, but I mean, like, it's the first time they haven't been in it in like forever, right?
yeah, in 4 years.
They weren't in the last time either.
Wait, what's your question?
She's asking when was the last
When
time
was
the
the
US
last time
did
USA
qualify?
didn't
where?
qualify?
I don't know. I mean, it doesn't matter. See, with the USA, I mean, yeah, I like the team, but they should almost always qualify. The teams they play.
I know.
are
There's so many
shite.
people that like
Yeah,
make
it's just,
it
like
too.
North America fucking sucks. So I mean, they do. You've got teams like Canada, Mexico.
This is your 40 seconds of sports, ladies and gentlemen. Enjoy while it lasts.
So yeah, they should fucking qualify every time. Anyways, yeah, with the update, obviously you get all 32 teams that qualify to the World Cup that you get to play with in the official World Cup mode, which is cool because a lot of the players on these international teams that play for the smaller clubs aren't really rated as high as they should be. So with the update, all the ratings are updated. New kits, the actual World Cup kits you get to play with. All 12 stadiums in Russia you get to play in. They also have a custom World Cup mode where you could use teams that didn't qualify, and they have a list of those teams. So
Oh,
the
really?
USA, so you could play with the USA.
Wow.
Once again, it's not the official.
You think
World
they did
Cup
that
mode.
just for the USA? Because they knew people were going to be
Absolutely
pissed.
not. No, they did it for teams like Italy, Chile, like those teams, like a lot of fan favorite teams that didn't qualify,
Yeah.
which they usually do. But so yeah, it's a list of like USA,
Yeah,
Canada.
my brother
all
was
those,
pretty hard because Italy didn't, right?
which is fucking surprising.
Well, I mean, my
you know?
brother was like heartbroken.
Oh,
by
of course,
that.
yeah. So it's I think it's kind of cool that they have a custom mode where you could play with those teams.
Do you get to pick their cleats?
Do you get to pick their cleats? When you make a custom player on FIFA, you do get to pick their cleats.
I feel like that's pretty
As
cool.
for the actual teams, though, no. I mean, it's just
Thank
the cleats
God.
to play with.
I
I don't know, but with the updates on FIFA, it's really cool because I mean, they get them like the player really, really right from like the hairstyle to the actual cleats they wear to like if they
I
wear
don't care
long
that
sleeve.
much about the cleats.
No, but it's just cool. Like as a soccer fan,
No,
like
that is
a lot
really
of
cool,
players
though.
just play with like long sleeve.
Right.
No matter what the weather, so they they have those kind of things. So I don't know. I haven't played it yet myself, but it does excite me, especially with the World Cup starting in 2 weeks. So I will be playing it soon.
I have a funny story about FIFA.
Let's hear
I
it.
knew about the FIFA update because I work in retail, and we apparently got these stickers that we're supposed to put on all the FIFA copies that say that there's a new update for the game. Mm-hmm. We didn't get the stickers though, so I didn't have.
Oh.
We didn't,
Oh, is that the
we got them. Okay, never mind. We got
There you
'em.
go.
is that the story?
Yeah, that's how.
Oh, I thought there was like more
Because
to it.
Omar brought up earlier that he was going to talk about FIFA, and I was like, I actually knew about the FIFA update because
I thought there was like something that
How's it
happened
work?
that worked for some
This
reason.
could be wrong, but it looks like the last time the U.S. didn't make the World Cup would have been 1986.
Wow.
That makes sense. Once again, I mean they
it's
should qualify
surprising,
every time.
So
The
the
teams they go
first
up
time
against.
since any of us have been alive.
Hey, shout
Speak
out
for
to us
yourself.
being born.
What was I gonna say? the team
shout out.
the team that the USA played and lost against when they should have qualified, I think was Trinidad or something, and they were the lowest fucking team in the group. Dude, I went to sleep in full confidence that we qualified. I swear, in full confidence.
What
I
a
went
way to
sleep
wake up,
knowing.
then.
I woke
That's-
up and we weren't in. It fucking sucks.
Oh man.
Anywho,
I'm glad you got your
but
update,
at
though.
least Egypt is in it for the first time since like 91. So that makes me happy.
Good.
So I'm excited. Let's go.
I think you put something.
Moving right along.
Yeah. Do you put something about Sonic racing?
Me, I have no idea what's next. My laptop just died. So
Team
There
Sonic
that goes.
Racing was announced this week. They had a teaser trailer for it.
Thank God, because we got to see that blue boy in the cars.
Well, people that don't have Nintendo consoles need to be able to play their
get why
Mario
you
Kart.
hate
oh yeah, I
Sonic
thought
so
I thought it was
I
awesome.
don't know
that
why
the,
I do either.
Wait, what? What happened?
She said, I don't know why you don't like Sonic. And I said, I don't know either. I
Oh,
just-
wait, you
he like
don't?
straight up says he hates
Sonic.
What?
No, I
He thinks
don't.
Sonic's
It doesn't
the
make
worst,
any sense.
the worst protagonist
I think-
ever created.
I
What the
think the
fuck?
problem was I was never really a Sonic kid growing up, and then
Sonic kid.
and then I've been an avid player of Smash my whole life, and playing Smash online and people that use Sonic.
That is such a dumb reason to hate him, though.
It's the reason because people just use them
Hate
and run
Smash.
around and they just fuck you up, and it's just the worst.
Sounds like you don't like losing. That's
Yeah,
the problem.
I don't know. I'm just
No,
glad that
I don't like characters in Smash that are trolly.
Okay, but Sonic
Trolly.
is so much more than his Smash character. You have to give credit for all the the games that came out so
yeah,
long
dude. Seriously,
ago.
those games
that-
are fucking.
I
amazing.
don't know.
Granted,
the thing
Sonic's
is, I'm
been like semi irrelevant for the past like 5 or 10 years just because the games haven't been as
well,
good.
that's part of it too.
Yeah.
I have to go back and buy the old games and play them, and I'm probably just never gonna do
Right.
that. I don't know. I think I'm just past the point.
We should play this new one
Because it's one of
on
the
all
it's one of those
consoles.
things. It's like when
Hey.
I talk about the stupid shit that I love, Spyro. It means shit to me because of the nostalgia. It's probably will always be wasted on y'all because it's past its time.
Oh yeah,
So it's one of those things.
but I think you got to put Sonic more in the category of like Mario or
Yeah.
even like Crash.
if
I mean,
Sega
it's-
hadn't plummeted.
yeah.
They even had those old water games where you'd be able to hit the buttons and then the rings would
Yeah,
go on
yeah,
and Sonic would
I
be
know
in the
exactly what you're talking
background.
about.
Do you actually?
Dude, I swear to God, I do.
Dude, I
That's
love
exactly what I was
that.
thinking about. As
Are
soon
you?
as-
I can't tell if you're being
I
sarcastic.
swear, dude.
or
No,
not.
I remember exactly what you're talking about.
But I
It's like-
love those games.
Yeah.
I don't know. One day my heart may change on Sonic, and for some reason I play the old games and I really like them. But
Play the adventure games; they're kind of
That's
cool.
probably
if
the
you're,
ones
if
that-
you're looking for like the
those
only
are-
good console.
I would play the ones on GameCube,
Yeah,
the
they're
Adventure
good.
and Adventure to Battle.
I feel like sorry to get y'all off of Sonic, but I feel like the next one's a pretty big story too, though.
Is it the Assassin's Creed?
Yeah.
one? I don't know why I put this on here, but for some reason I didn't say it with the stuff that I said,
What?
like the stuff that I said before, the video game stuff that I. Already
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's like spaced out, but yeah. So Assassin's Creed. Apparently, the next game is called Assassin's Creed Odyssey, and it takes place in Greece. It leaked earlier in the week, and then literally like 2 hours later, they just announced the game.
I guess they were like, "Fuck."
Doesn't every
we failed.
Assassin's Creed
Yes.
game get leaked though?
Yes. There's always something, because even before Origins came out, people said about
And
Egypt like a month before.
Syndicate leaked literally like the day after Unity came out,
There
which
u-
was the worst.
There was rumors about like a samurai one, and that never happened.
Yeah, and if, a lot of people really wanted the samurai one too.
Yeah,
It just
that would have
didn't
been
pan
really
out.
cool. I don't know.
Odyssey looks cool though. Or it just kind of looks like a cool setting to me.
I haven't played any since Black Flag, so I don't
Oh,
know.
man, you've been out for a while.
I have.
Yeah.
Because when Unity came out, everybody said that it sucked. I didn't play it. Then when Syndicate came out, I hadn't played Unity, so now it's just this train of not being caught up.
Oh, yeah,
Kinda
I
like
haven't played.
Kind of like the Marvel TV shows.
I haven't played
probably
those
never
games in a
catch
while.
up.
The Assassin's Creed games follow this weird like one's really good or one's like pretty decent, then one's like pretty bad, then decent, then bad.
I don't know. I think 1 through 3, all 5 games they made, and those were good games. Even Revelations, which
Don't
was
you?
throwaway,
People shit
was
on
good.
Revelations, but
No,
it's
it's
actually-
good.
I like Revelations.
It's
I've
good.
never played any of the Assassin's Creed games, but don't you just like walk around following people for like 70% of the game?
That's the number one criticism of it. Is some of like the
Like, I've seen
trailing
videos
missions
of
and
it.
the.
I guess I never thought about that. Yeah, it's more the games for the settings and the history is what's.
I feel like I love the settings in all
Yeah.
the games. I feel like a lot of it's like really cool
And 2 and Brotherhood are very, very good.
And even though they're like, obviously like fictional stories, they do draw a lot on like actual history. Sometimes you meet a lot of like very
Yeah.
like prolific like historical
Like Da
figures
Vinci.
a lot of times. Yeah, like all kinds of they throw those into the story,
Code?
which is cool.
Da Vinci Code.
Da Vinci
No.
Code. I think that's video games.
Tom
so-
Hanks.
No Tom Hanks.
Aren't they making another one? Or is
No,
that-
Ron Howard has already made 3. I don't think he's making any more.
I thought there was another one being made, but maybe
There was one like 2 years
imagining
ago
things.
called Inferno. I
Maybe
think.
that's what I'm talking
That was the
about.
last one, yeah.
I haven't seen any of them, so I don't know why it matters. But anyway,
Do y'all want me to read these throwaway stories real
Do we
quick that
need
we
to?
passed up?
Oh, these are movie ones.
I could literally just read them in one sentence.
Yeah, just
Zack Snyder, famed director of Man of Steel, Justice League, Batman vs Superman, Watchmen.
Watchmen should have been the first thing
I
you
know.
said.
I don't know why I didn't. His next film apparently will be an adaptation of The Fountainhead. I don't know what The Fountainhead is.
Well, I can give you a quick. So it's based off of a book, but there was also a movie made in the 40s with Cary Grant, which I love Cary Grant. But no, it's not Cary Grant. I'm so sorry.
Well, it looks like what you wanted to give me, you couldn't. So next time.
No, that's gonna bother me so much. Hold on.
Jesus.
TikTok.
Anyway, though,
TikTok.
it's about architecture.
That's weird.
So
Huh.
It kind of makes me sad because I want Zack Snyder to just do another superhero movie.
You know what, just let him
It'll
do
never
something
happen.
different, though.
But I know.
No, I
He's
think-
probably done. That's the thing. He's probably very much whatever about it now. They didn't want him. He doesn't want to be a part of it anymore either.
Well, the DCU, he could make
Yeah.
more comic book esque movies.
He should just do like an original concept.
That'd be great.
That would be really.
I
cool.
think that's yeah.
There was a new poster for Jurassic World: Fallen Kingdom. Doesn't it say something like the park is gone?
Gary Cooper. I'm so sorry. It was Gary Cooper, not Cary Grant. That's why
close.
I got messed
Thank
up.
you.
My bad. Anyway, continue.
There's a new poster for Jurassic World. It looks cool, and it says the park is gone on it. Right?
How's the park gone?
Hasta la vista.
Because it's the.
You know?
Does it say that on the?
No, I made that
Oh,
up. I
okay.
said hasta la vista parky.
Oh my god.
But I mean, it's pretty much just them saying like this isn't the same old like Jurassic Park kind of thing. Like you're not.
I hope this movie's good.
I think it's gonna be fun.
I hope
I'm
it
not gonna
is.
say it's gonna be good, but I think it's gonna be fun. I mean, I love Chris Pratt and pretty much everything he does, so I feel like I'm gonna enjoy it just because of that.
And then this last throwaway story: The Crow remake was grounded after Jason Momoa.
Momoa.
Momo.
Give me some Momoa.
All right, he's not in the movie anymore, so
It doesn't matter, I guess.
So he left, and I think either the writer or the director, one of them,
The Crow.
just kind of.
Oh really?
That's the only thing I know
Love-
The Crow from is The Office, because Dwight's
Oh,
his favorite
that's what-
movie.
Yeah.
But yeah, so those are just like some topics that
Yep. That's
aren't
about
really
it.
important, you know?
Now, this next part of the show is the part that we do every week. It's our honorable mentions. Any sort of pop culture or entertainment, old and new, that we've been smitten by. That we've been smitten by this week. That's the tagline Matt wrote for me to read.
That's half the it's fine.
Yeah, I know. I kind of butchered it, but I kind of just wanted to be funny about it.
You want to go first?
Yeah, I guess I
With
will,
your honorable
sure.
mention?
Because mine's a quick one. I got a Switch last week, and I've been playing Mario Odyssey constantly. It's probably one of the most creative and fun games I've ever played. I hate that I'm on the Switch train so late, but now that I'm on it,
No, I mean, I haven't even gotten on it.
I've
I've been
gonna-
late for this train for a while
I'm
now.
going to go all out on the Switch. I love this thing. I bring it with me pretty much everywhere, annoyingly, I'm sure, but it's just so fucking cool, and I love this game.
Well, Matt finally bought Mario Kart, and I'm
gonna
already
buy
like
it, too.
obsessed
It's a lot
with
of fun.
playing it now.
I'm going to buy, like, every game on the Switch. Damn. Like, I really want to. Even hearing about all these games that could come out on Switch, I'm just like, fuck yeah. Because everything's so cool.
Yeah,
I agree.
There's something about just holding the Switch in your hand. And it's just,
it's
I
like a
don't know.
newborn babe.
It's like Game Boy on crack. It's just, I don't know. There's just something about
Well,
it.
and it's just the fact that like growing up and playing with like Game Boys and stuff, you never thought you'd be able to hold
No.
something that looked that good.
And the interface on it is so cool. And
Yeah, it
the
is.
Joy-Cons are also surprisingly so much fun to use
was gonna say,
than I ever would have imagined.
even on Mario Kart, like playing with just the two Joy-Cons, it actually works surprisingly well. You think
Yeah.
back to like playing it with just the Wii remotes kind of sucked.
It does.
But with even the Joy-Cons being much smaller, they were
I'm definitely going to get a Pro Controller. Like, when Smash comes out, I'm getting a Pro Controller.
Yeah.
That is what I will be using.
I will too. All right, so this week Arrested Development Season 5 dropped on Tuesday, and me, like the sick fuck that I am, has already finished it.
Jesus, really?
Okay, the thing is, it's only 8 episodes right now.
Oh,
Yeah, I
never
mean,
mind.
I'm
They're
pretty close to finishing it.
They're gonna
so.
drop the
forgot.
second half of the season later this year. But yeah, there's only 8 episodes. Each one was maybe like, they varied in time. Some were like normal 20 minutes, some were longer, like 30-ish. I really liked the season. I think obviously the bar was kind of low with season 4. I was like, is it going to be better? Yeah, it probably will, and it is. And parts of it I think are like almost on par with the original run of the show. Like a lot of the jokes I think are great. I think the writing is as smart as it's ever been. I think if there's anything to fault it in, it's just some of the cast has gotten a little older to where I don't want to say they can't like land the jokes that they originally could. Everybody does a really good job, and I just think some of it works, some of it doesn't. But for the most part, they even do a good job with the story of making everybody where they're at now kind of fit into, where, the show is and how,
right.
The jokes, it's just, I think most of it works.
I'm still on season 4. I got on the show very, very late last year, and I've slowly just watched it over the past year. Love the first 3 seasons, and I'm watching the remix season 4. And I'm on episode 6, I think.
Even if you don't finish, I mean, I saw season 4 so long ago, and then I tried rewatching it and couldn't finish it. But I mean, I think I'm on episode 4 of season 5, and it's already better than season 4. So,
and they do a whole recap of season 4 through.
Yeah, so it's not even really that. I'm gonna
finish it. I think my problem is it's hard for me when I'm doing other things. Like earlier I mentioned, I'm playing Mario Odyssey. It's so like when I'm playing that and like in like God of War recently, all I've been doing is playing these games. So I'm just not really sitting down to watch TV. But once I finish, I pick one thing at a time to do.
I was gonna say beating God of War freed up so much free time. For me.
Like 100%.
I wouldn't have finished.
And that's the thing. I beat God of War and then I immediately jumped.
And Super Mario Odyssey. If you try to do everything in that game, it'll take you forever. Yeah. But yeah, I really like season 5. I can't wait till they haven't said, I don't think, when the second half's gonna come out. I'm assuming it's gonna be later this year, but I can't wait. It should be cool. I also finished season 3 of Mr. Robot finally. Long overdue. I've always liked the show. It's very interesting. I feel like it's very unique. It's a lot different than other shows, and
it definitely
every
is.
season is kind of just like upped the game. And season 3 is definitely not an exception. I think season 3 is the best season of the show.
That's
by
crazy,
far.
because I remember watching season 1 and thinking that's probably gonna be the best season of the show, and then I watched season 2 and I was like, you know what, that was still pretty fucking good.
And
well, that's the thing. I'm on season 2 right now, and just seeing season 2 and him saying that season 3 is the best, I like can't imagine how.
Do you think
the
season
best.
2 was better than 1?
yes.
It probably was.
I mean, just with what I've seen so far, it's better.
I think
than season
everything.
Yeah.
There's a whole thing with season 2 where I feel like it was shot in a different way that I just immediately liked it better.
It is different.
The show has like a different feel and look to it. It's slight. I'm not saying it's like drastically different, but
it feels grimmer.
Yeah, it feels grimmer. Just something about the production on it just seemed a little bit like higher quality too. So I really liked it. Maybe it's just the way I watched it. I don't remember. But season 3 again, it just kind of kicks it into like overdrive. There's so many like very unique things that it does. I feel like every season's got like a very, I don't want to say gimmicky, but it's got like an episode,
A moment.
It's got like an episode that does something drastically different. And season 3 continues with that. It's got a really cool, I think it's episode 5 that's just kind of nuts. And there's just like a lot of just crazy moments, and the way that the season ends is absolutely bizarre, and I can't wait to see again what
Is
they
it
do with
confirmed
this.
for season 4?
Oh yeah, I mean they have to.
Okay,
They
cool.
can. They do the whole thing like the MCU where they tease, like they always have an after credit scene on the
they do,
on
right,
the last
yeah.
episode. So, although I'll say I'm not the biggest fan of the after credit scene in season 3. I think it kind of brings us back to something I wouldn't have like particularly cared that the show goes into. But the actual story that they're on at the end of the season and how it ends is great. So,
Without spoiling, how is Joey Badass this season?
dude,
Joey Badass.
Is he good?
he's great.
I mean, Joey Badass in season 2 is amazing. Like,
I love Joey
Whenever he
Badass.
got introduced, all he did was talk about Seinfeld. I like loved
I
that
would straight up
immediately.
smack Kramer.
I loved that.
No, he's great. And there's also a few other new characters they introduced that they fit in instantly and they're great.
What I like about Mr. Robot is I pretty much enjoy every character in the show.
Yeah.
And that's one thing that's really cool about it. Even
Yeah,
the
they don't have any weak characters.
even the characters that are really fucked up, you still like enjoy watching.
You do.
them.
They're all very interesting to watch because Rami Malek does such a great job, and Ellie is obviously the main character, and you love rooting for him. But like you're saying, there's just so many good characters in it that you can really just watch it. And I don't know. I love the whole show. So yeah, be cool.
100%.
That's what I did.
See, I kind of did the same, not the same thing, but I also started Arrested Development and season 2 of Mr. Robot.
Dang.
But so like, I guess I can't really talk about that too much. But I can just give y'all, I feel like I'm just going to end up talking about Westworld every week just because I keep up with it.
And that's the thing, we're all on our one things that we're doing each week.
Yeah, so I mean, I mean, I obviously love Westworld. I'm still kind of disappointed because I like season 1 so much, and season 2 kind of hasn't been holding up. Which it's still great, but it's just not as great as the first season. But it just like my 10-second roundup, this episode had a lot of dialogue and wasn't as great as episode 4. And I don't think anything's going to beat episode 4.
It sucks because episode 4 is like the bar for the whole show now.
They do, however, like at the very, actually it is at the very end of the episode, but one of the characters say like, pain is just a program. And I was like, God, the show, man. So deep, you know? Pain is just a program.
God.
But I mean, other than that, I haven't really done much. I've just been like catching up on shows, but I'm holding out hope that Westworld's just going to end beautifully this season, and it's going to make me actually care about season 3 because I really want it to. Because
I mean, this show's going to go on for a long time.
It is.
They want it to be like the Game of Thrones kill or like the Game of Thrones replacement, but they need to do something more.
It makes sense that this would take place for Game
of Thrones
but
is just.
But that's the thing. It's so hard if you know like what the show's about. It's so hard to care about some of the characters, which it's not really that like the characters' fault because they're robots, obviously. If you didn't know that, but it just makes it to where they're not human, so you don't really care about like what they're doing or what happens to them.
That's the problem without trying like spoiling anything about it, really. But season 1 just like sets up a lot of interesting characters that you like. And then unfortunately, like something that happens at the end of season 1 that's crazy and seems like it would make for really interesting storytelling. And unfortunately in season 2, it just makes you not care as much about the characters you used to like. So
I'm holding out hope for season 3, and I want it to be like the placeholder for Game of Thrones, but as of right now, I can't really see where else they're gonna take this to make you care more about the characters kind of thing.
See, I don't know. For me, in like a lot of TV shows, there's always lots of characters that are introduced that I feel like you never really.
But
they don't
different.
develop enough, but it never really bothers me that much.
Well,
It doesn't
the
really
problem-
bother me
This is
in
kinda
movies
the problem
either.
with this is it's hard to even find a main character to root for. In my opinion,
I
in
got
Westworld,
you.
there are a few that I like, but
Because
you
even
don't-
Game of Thrones has a ton of throwaway characters
Yeah.
that a lot of people are like, why?
Game of Thrones does such a better job of making you care about those.
The
characters.
difference with this
Yeah.
though is there's so many throwaway characters in this in this
I got
show.
you.
Well, they'll introduce a character in Westworld and then expect you to care about their like very emotional moment or their death or whatever that happens in the next episode. And it's like I just met like you know what I mean? I don't really know
right,
them
they don't
yet.
really introduce them as well as like they would in Game
Like
of
the
Thrones.
show's beautiful and all those sequences are done very well.
Yeah.
and the writing's really great too.
Yeah,
but
it's just I don't think
it's
they've
just
done a
hard to
good job
care
with the
as
character
much.
development. So.
right. So that's my summary of the Westworld episode. Still watch it though because it's good.
I don't know when I'll ever start it.
But everyone else, if you watch it, watch it.
Yeah.
Fuck me.
All right.
Damn.
I started watching the second season of Riverdale when it first started airing. I watched like the first 5 episodes of the season. I was like, you know what? Let me take a break, just because this
Whoa.
type, I know this type of TV show is the one like you want to. For me, at least, I wanted to wait until it released on Netflix, which it did at some point I think last week, just to kind of, you know. The episodes aren't that long, and right after, especially with what's going on in season 2, I just kind of like want to watch, I don't know, 2-3 episodes at a time. So the way the first season ends, no spoilers or anything. The way the first season ends, literally like in the last 5 seconds, it kind of sets up season 2. And so there's a mystery character, I guess you could say, on the loose. And I have no idea who it is, but apparently they've been dropping hints as episodes go. And I'm on episode 18 right now, and I think it's only like
I'm sorry, episode 18?
Yeah, it's like
How many episodes are
like
in
about
this?
23, 24.
I did not know that.
Once again, it's not like an hour.
What
long
is
or
what network does this come on?
CW. So I mean,
Oh, okay.
those those type of shows.
I've
like,
heard it's good though.
I heard
It
it
is-
was
it's
good. I
really
just didn't
good. It's
realize
really
each
good.
Because I know
season was that
CW gets a lot of
long.
shit, but I've
Yeah,
heard
like
it's-
season 1 was good, but season 2 is like on a whole nother level. Like just with everything
wow.
going on. Jughead is my favorite character. He's
Cole?
Cole Sprouse. Yeah, I mean, dude,
He's
this dude.
here. In New Orleans
Yeah,
somewhere.
he's in New Orleans.
Really, dude? I mean, he fucking kills it. His character is so much more likable in season 2. But yeah, so far really really good. So I've been watching that, and yeah, Parks and Rec. I know I talk about it.
continuing
Yeah,
with that,
I'm on
yeah.
season 4. I just started it 2 days ago. Season 4, I think.
You're almost done.
Oh, nice.
Wait, what?
There's 7
What
seasons,
the
I think,
fuck?
but the
Oh.
7th season's really short.
Yeah.
Really? Okay. Yeah, dude, I fucking love it so much. Like so far, it makes me want to watch The Office.
Good.
It does.
I mean,
yeah.
I don't know. I kind of want to wait to start The Office because I'll be starting it my 4th time. So
Yeah.
yeah, I don't know. I'm kind of waiting. I'm holding off on that. Okay, so this is stupid. New Girl, I've watched the first 6 seasons, right? I haven't seen season 7 yet. I restarted it.
Why?
You restarted all of it?
I'm watching it with a friend, so I'm like on season 3 right now. So I don't know. It feels kind of weird that I haven't seen season 7 yet, and I already restarted the show. But I don't know. It's kind of cool.
How
to
many
see.
seasons does it have now?
7.
Oh,
It's
okay.
over, I think.
Right. 7's the last season.
Yeah.
I feel like we always have issues with trying to figure out when the last season
I know,
or
right?
something
Because
is
we've
for
talked about
New
it
Girls.
so many times.
but-
Last thing I saw, and this is gonna sound really stupid. You guys know that one time we watched Moon.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, really, really good movie. Highly recommend. I love the score, everything. It's not a movie I think any of us had heard about prior to seeing it.
Right.
I had.
Well, there you go. Tyler had heard about it.
Only because a lot of people had told me to watch it. But
Yeah, I had heard before to watch it, but
it was on my list of movies to watch that I just hadn't seen.
So I hadn't watching it. I was watching it 2 days ago. A couple of things started happening. I was like a little confused. I was like, "What the fuck? When did this happen?" I thought the movie, was about to end.
Yeah.
Turns out when we watched it, I had fallen asleep in the last 30 minutes.
Jesus.
So
So I paused and I was like, you know what? Because I was starting to fall asleep yet again. So I was like, you know what? I'm gonna watch the last 30 minutes when I'm like wide awake or something on my
Wait,
lunch break
so
at work.
when we watched it, you just missed the last 30 minutes?
The last 30
that's
minutes.
like a really
you didn't even,
important
You didn't even wake
part,
up for the
too.
end?
Look at me. Look at my face. No.
That movie.
No idea what happened. I woke up in the
I was
end
gonna say,
credit.
The last 30 minutes like tie it all together.
Yeah.
No idea what happened anyway. So I was
I'm
gonna.
glad you finished it though.
I need to rewatch
I'm not
it.
done yet. So yeah, wait for it. Look at this. So I was like, you know what? I'm watching when I'm wide awake. I threw her on the fucking list. Here we are. So I've not seen that last.
Oh
30
my
minutes.
god, you're
dude.
kidding me.
Yep.
The
I
end of
think
that
I'll watch
movie is
it.
amazing.
Really? So yeah, no,
Yes.
I'm very excited for the last 30 minutes, but I really recommend it. Great movie.
go from
What a
Great movie.
ridiculous fucking.
And then just turn on mute right after that and just
I've never watched Mute ever.
No, watch Mute just so you can see the one part with him in it.
fucking spoilers.
He's
Oh, my bad. I
Wow.
thought we already talked
Awesome.
about with him about him being in
no,
Mute.
not at all.
we
I had no
didn't,
idea
we
he was
didn't
in
talk to the world.
Omar
about
knew that
though.
it was technically in the same universe.
I'm sorry if I spoiled the movie Mute for you, but I
Wait,
can
I'm sorry,
guarantee
what?
It's not gonna matter.
It's in the same universe?
Yeah.
Yes, as Moon. Yes, Muse
No
is in the
idea.
same universe.
I had
It's not
no
like
idea.
it's not like a big connection though.
Shit,
It doesn't really
well.
matter that much. But
Okay, is it? I mean, I'm never gonna watch Mute. Is it the same character? He plays
Spoilers.
The same character?
for
why
Mute
why are
incoming.
you never gonna watch Mute?
I'm never
There's
gonna
no
watch the
point
fucking
to.
movie.
Just suck it up and
But
watch
if for some reason you haven't seen that
Fine.
movie and you really want to see it and you really don't want to know anything about it, just
Well, actually,
Turn
yeah,
it
I'll
off.
watch
It's
it.
almost over
I'll
anyway.
watch it. I'll watch it.
oh never. Okay,
Yeah,
never
never
mind.
mind.
Disregard everything. I'm not saying.
But yeah, that's. Yeah.
Well, there you go. That was our segment of the show that we call honorable mentions. Y'all have anything else you boys and girls would like to get out?
Actually, I don't. I just wanted to say something.
Wow.
Shut that trap. You know,
Oh my god.
Damn.
it was a joke.
Is that it?
yeah.
Yeah, that was the weekly show from Miss the Bus. Again, I would like to reiterate to all you beautiful people out there, if you like what we do each week, you can always listen on iTunes at Miss the Bus. You can follow us on Twitter at Miss the Bus Pod, like us on Facebook at Miss the Bus, and subscribe on YouTube at Miss the Bus Podcast.
There you go.
Thank you all for listening.
See ya.
See you later, guys.